Hello, and welcome to the third edition of Extra Points. My name is Tom Shafransky, WIAA Assistant Director and Football Liaison, and I'm happy to bring you this edition on knee pads as we've had a number of things brought to our attention following scrimmages. Keep in mind that the knee pad rule is a National Federation of High School and NFHS regulation, not a WIAA rule, and it is a safety rule. All rules regarding issues of safety are important. The rationale behind the focus on knee pads and pants covering knees is to protect both the player and perhaps even more importantly, all other players that come in contact with the knee. That can be towards the helmet, that can be in the chest area, that can be in other areas of the body that can cause serious problems. This will take time for everyone to adjust to, but it's important that we educate and enforce the rule as intended. So discuss during your coaches' meetings, remind players during your captains' meetings, and early communication detection will help the enforcement of this rule for all players and coaches. The NFHS has made the requirement of equipment issues of wearing knee pads a point of emphasis this year, as exposed knees not only cause significant concern for player injuries to the player not wearing knee pads, but also, as we mentioned, when an exposed knee contacts an opponent's helmet, head area, there is a significant impact that increases the likelihood of a concussion or significant head injury to the opposing player receiving the contact. In addition, there is potential for catastrophic injuries should an exposed knee contact a player's chest and or other key areas of the body. Injury potential is far greater when the knee is exposed in comparison to when a knee is covered with a knee pad. Also, head coaches, remember that you become liable and responsible for your team when in the pregame meeting you indicate that your team is properly equipped. This is having knees and knee pads that cover the knee. Due to this injury potential, it is essential that players only be allowed to participate if their pants and knee pads comply with the rules. Please note that NFHS Rule 151D2 indicates that knee pads, which are unaltered from the manufacturer's original design production, which are worn over the knee and under the pants, are required. If integrated football pants are being worn and they are appropriate knee pads in them, that is fine. If pants with pockets for the knees are used, the pad has to be in the knee pad. There is also NFHS Situation 151DC where the following language can be found. Pants which clearly do not cover the knees. The player may not participate without the pants covering the knees. When slide-on knee pads are used, they can be used, they simply have to be covered with either of these football pants found above, as there is a tendency for the knee pad to slip down. In addition, many teams oftentimes and players often ask for smaller sizes of pants. Make sure that you have your players properly fitted for their pants so that their knee pads in particular are covering the entire knee. This places us in compliance with the NFHS regulation, covers all of us with liability and legal responsibility, and hopefully prevents significant injuries from occurring. Remember, it is simply removal from the contest for at least one play. When a player is identified wearing a knee pad or other equipment illegally, there is no penalty associated with this equipment issue. If officials run into an issue with a school team's knee pad, the crew chief can send an equipment report to the WIAA office that will then be provided to the school administration of the school involved. And we have done this with teams in past years. Remember, this can be something that applies to individual players or if there are multiple players involved. Also, coaches, be prepared to have options available if a player is sent to the sideline with an exposed knee. Additional pants, knee pads, things like this so that they can be in compliance and be able to participate. With all of us helping, this will create a great start to the 2024 WIAA football season and hopefully prevent significant catastrophic injuries from taking place throughout our game. Have a great start in week one and take good care.